Good morning and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about what it's been like having had the caravan just 1 month. It was 4 weeks ago when we collected the caravan from the dealers. This is our third visit to a caravan site, so this is our update to let you know how we're getting on and how things are going. Stay tuned. Right, before we start, I think it's worth just taking a minute to thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel. We're absolutely blown away that we've reached 35 subscribers in just a month. It's been a real journey as far as social media is concerned, both on YouTube here and over on Twitter. The links are down below if you want to give us a follow on Twitter. Please consider subscribing. It all helps the channel. Also, we have the Instagram account and the link will be down below for that as well. Right, yeah, it's been a real interesting time, a month on, and baby Bailey here was a decision that we didn't take lightly. We got the caravan, having looked around quite a few in different caravan dealers, and we opted for the Orion 444 for a few different reasons. The first being that it's quite a basic van. It's lightweight, so that's good for the car, because we don't have a great deal of towing weight, but it's the basics of the caravan that really drew us to it. It's not a fixed bed, but because there is a sort of this front bit where we've got the pull-out bed from the sort of bulkhead that turns into a double bed, and then the kitchen, and then at the back there's a bit of a rear, what is normally a dinette, which turns into a double bed. But this has actually got the dinette folded down to the double bed with a French bed mattress on top. So essentially we have a fixed bed with both under bed storage, which you open up, and because you've got the dinette bit in the middle, you've got storage under there as well, which is fairly easy accessible. So that's really met our need. The bathrooms in the Baileys are all more than adequate to use the facilities all the time, which is what we've done because we've come out of kind of the COVID lockdown, and then because we're in the northeast, gone back into lockdown, and yesterday Boris put his mark on some more lockdown stuff around the country. We're actually quite glad that we do have good facilities in the van, and we have been using them, and it's been great. It really has. It hasn't made a difference to the sites we've looked at. We've always wanted to go to the smaller sites, sites where we can really sort of chill out and relax and just spend some time, myself and Ali, together without worrying about someone knocking at the door, or the phone ringing, or people coming round, or people ringing us and say, can you come into work today, or anything of that nature. Once we're away, that's it, we're in chill out mode. And the good thing about this van is it's a slouch van. I think it was what's his name, Andrew Ditton, that sort of suggested that a caravan should be a place where you can really relax and enjoy being away from home. And he's absolutely right that this caravan for us is a chill area. Yes, we have the radio and we have the TV and we still have our mobile phones and the data and all the rest of it, but the majority of time we just spend time catching up with each other more than anything else. Ali works Monday to Friday and I work Saturdays and Sundays, so we've really only got that night time or time when I'm not at work to catch up with each other. So to come away and to basically sit in a field and just catch up on life and spend some time together has just been, for us, absolutely superb. I've actually started to wonder why 20 years ago we stopped caravanning. And at the time it was because we'd kind of got to that stage in life where we'd got sufficient money where we could afford to fly long haul, we could go on abroad holidays, do 2 or 3 of them a year, and that suited us down to the ground to have that all-inclusive sort of lounge on the beach and just spend time together type of thing. But having now, because of the restrictions, chosen to come back to caravanning, even just within a month, it's made a massive difference to our quality of life, because we're actually spending more time together and more time actually talking to each other. So it's been a real change of lifestyle for us, and we're absolutely loving it so far. The reasons that we probably like it more very quickly than having to kind of get used to it is that we have done it before, but also that the caravan community on YouTube and Twitter have been very supportive and given us loads of tips. I think without that we would maybe have made a lot more mistakes and would have got a lot more frustrated with doing different things within the caravan. The awnings, you know, they call it a divorce in a bag. Towards when I first put that awning up, it went up an absolute breeze, and I think it's because I'd actually been able to discuss or look at the videos of the types of awnings and actually pick what we wanted before we went out and bought something. So we've been able to cut out a lot of the problems that you would have ordinarily got if you'd just gone into this whole thing totally blind. And there isn't a great deal that dealers can tell you about the experience. All they can tell you about is the caravan that you're looking at, and maybe comparisons with other vans. That's the most important thing, I think, is to get the right van for you, and we've certainly got the right van for us. I can see us, even though it's an 8-year-old van, I can see us having this van for a good number of years, well, just coming up to 8 years old. It's because it absolutely meets our needs, and that's what's most important, I guess. So what else is there a month on? It's been different to every site we've gone to. We've visited 2 small CL sites, this being the second, and one what you call ordinary caravan site, I guess, with a mixture of hard standings and grass pitches. For us, I think it was a good decision for us to join the Caravan and Motorhome Club, purely for the reason that we can get on the nice, out of the way, quiet sites. I do apologise if there's a little bit of background noise. It's started raining again here in County Durham, and it's been pretty relentless overnight, to be honest. Yeah, but the CLs for us are the type of sites that we want to visit. Yes, I guess it's nice to visit the bigger sites if you're going for a week or so, and we're doing that in a couple of weeks' time. We're going down to Lincolnshire, but we're staying on one of the Tranquil sites, so it's an adult only site, and we'll see the difference then probably with a bigger site compared to the small CLs. But up to now, the CLs are the sites that we really do like. Right, I think what I'll do is take you on a little trip around the van, because it's being slightly older. First of all, it doesn't have a lot of the equipment. It doesn't have USB lights in the sort of reading lights. It's still got the whale blown hair heating system, but to be honest, that's probably more than we're ever going to need. It gets ridiculously hot in here if you don't keep the temperature fairly low. It's got some really good points, and it's maybe a few little points that we would have liked to have been a bit different. But other than that, like I said, we love this. So let's just go and take a quick tour around the van. Right, so this is looking forward in Baby Bailey. We absolutely love this big window. We did have a look a couple of weeks back at one of the Discoveries, and also one of the Phoenix in the sort of Bailey range, and that big window that comes over, for some reason for us it seems to make the sides darker, and a little bit make the caravan look narrower than it actually is. So we do like that big window. And one of the reasons that kind of brought us to the caravan itself was the fact that you do have that expanse of glass, and then the two side windows as well. And of course you've got the extra length because of the fact you don't have the front locker. It's just a small table, and that can be taken out, replaced with a big table when we're preparing food and all the rest of it. What do you actually need? Well, you know, there we are. We do have the reading lights on both sides. Of course you've got the stereo up the top, and what every coffee vanner needs, a really good supply of coffee, and the large locker at the top, which gives it, there's absolutely loads of space in this van, more than enough for two of us. You can see why it's a 4-berth van, because there's certainly enough for a family of 4 to come away for in a week. And of course, because it's not a really old van, you do get some of the luxuries, you know. Though we get the microwave, 3-burner hob, which is more than sufficient for us. I cooked a full chicken dinner on it yesterday using the oven, which is, you know, again both gas oven and grill, which is absolutely superb, and then the 3-way fridge, and that's more than big enough for us two as a couple. The round sink, it's a sink, isn't it? It does the job. I think one thing we have noticed is the water in here, which is the Truma system, and it's both electric and gas, but it has 2 temperatures, which are hot and ridiculously hot. You know, again, it's an older system, but it does serve a purpose. So that I don't think we're actually using, there's only a 10 litre, I think, sort of boiler storage heater underneath, which is not a great deal, but the fact that the water's so hot means that using the majority of the water is actually cold rather than hot. And this is what I mean about the sort of dinette come bed. So it's, you can see there, it's the dinette's folded down. So you've on the first thing, the first bench, if you like, for the dinette is where the electric stuff is for the battery box, and further back under the next one is the whale heating system. So we've kind of got 3 areas where, well, 4 areas to be honest, where you've got stuff in the storage, and I can't quite understand why they didn't put it all together, which would have made perfect sense to me. So under one of the front benches we have the hot water system, under the other one we have the fuse board and the trip switches for the electrics, then under this first one, like I said, we've got the heating system, and the back one we've got the battery box. So if you'd have lost one of those and they'd just put everything in one place, I think that would have been a little bit easier. But saying that, like I said, there's so much storage in here, again with the 3 top lockers, couple of shelves there, shelf at the back, the cupboard on this side, and you know, another shelf towards the back. There's just more than ample space. Going into the bathroom, of course, you've got the standard sort of Thetford toilet, and then this is the bit that's really nice, is the Belfast sink, because that's absolutely more than you need. Probably not too much smaller than a standard bathroom sink. And then the thing that Bailey do really well, a full shower with its own shower screen. So this is absolutely perfect for myself and Ali. and as you can see, it's just what we want and what we find it suits our needs. Yeah, we've put some throws over the cushions, and that's not because the cushions are knackered or because there's anything wrong with them. They're absolutely in mint condition, but because we like to slob about a bit at night, we put the throws over so we can just be a bit more comfortable. So that's the inside of baby Bailey. So as you can see and probably hear, it's absolutely throwing it down outside. Yeah, it's toasty and warm and dry in here. We've made a brilliant choice for us. It's all right. It's not got all the bells and whistles and all the stuff that, you know, some people need in a van. I suppose if you've got families, you need a lot more than we need just as a couple touring round. But we think that it will enable us to get around most parts of the country. We're not going to be struggling with tight, narrow roads. You know, it's only a 7-metre van at the end of the day, and we're going to be able to get pitched up virtually anywhere, even on real steep slopes. It's not going to be a problem with getting it level. So it's perfect for us so far. Now it's interesting when I look at some of the other videos on YouTube, the sort of caravans that people have, and maybe you can drop something in the comments or let us know why you chose your caravan and what's the benefit of having probably more equipment in than we've got in this. Remembering that we're coming from this from 20 years ago, when hot water was a massive luxury. Porta potties were the thing rather than a proper Thetford toilet. Showers were non-existent. If you had heating, you'd spent a serious amount of money. These were things that just weren't the norm in the caravanning world back then. So we actually think we've moved into something quite luxurious coming into this, from what we remember from our sort of younger days in our older caravans. So that's about it for today. It's just a quick update. We are absolutely loving it so far. We're loving the community. We really do think that we're going to use this van right the way through the winter. We're already booked, like I said, to go down to Lincolnshire in a couple of weeks' time, and we're looking for, hopefully, depending on what the conditions are as far as travel's concerned, to be away between Christmas and New Year and all the way through sort of the winter and spring. We think the van's up to it. We certainly think it's going to keep us warm and dry enough. So that's where we are so far. Love it to bits. So if you like what you see, give us a quick like. Please consider subscribing. If you don't, 40% of our viewers are not subscribers, so if you'd like to click subscribe, that would be really appreciated. For those of you that do subscribe, thank you very much. It really is appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one. Till next time, you take care, stay safe, keep on caravanning. See you later.